Welcome to the Soil Science Australia videos on identification of soils using field techniques. Today we're here in Tunkillo in South Australia, the Adelaide Hills, in a metre profile, and today I just want to run through with you identifying the soil layers and what some of the field techniques we can do to assess them. So as we go down through the profile, we can see these clear delineation of firstly, colour changes. So those colour changes are great indicators of what the soil might be doing differently, or how it's formed differently, or the behaviour of how that soil is operating in the field. So quite quickly we can go through, as we just shave back at the soil, it reveals its colour quite nicely, and with that you can start feeling how it's tight or soft the soil is, which we'll get to as well. But going down through the profile, we can clearly see these colour changes. So out of that, we can quite quickly essentially start drawing lines around some boundaries of these soils. So here we have what would start with looking at the topsoil, sitting up here, and then we go into this lighter coloured soil in here. So there's a clear difference between this layer and this layer. So we can mark it, draw a line through it. Then we want to know what's going on down through this next layer. There's some gravel coming in, you can feel that changing, and then the soil starts hardening up again down here. So we've essentially got this boundary that's defining itself down here at around that 30 centimetre mark. So that's essentially looking at our second layer. So with that, we've got these four changes, this 1, 2, 3, 4, all within the top 60 centimetres of the profile. So what does that mean? We need to start understanding these soil profiles from a production point of view. Here we are on a cropping and grazing property, and quite often farmers will just be looking at this topsoil when they're analysing their soils for how they're producing. What we want to know is how is the rest of this soil down to a metre impacting how these crops are growing. So with that, we want to break these down into these four layers like we've seen, and then do some further techniques to really address what might be limiting production in this environment. So for more information on understanding your soils, head to soilscienceaustralia.org.au.